That's on Talking Business Weekly with me, Ben Thompson.
Welcome, this is BBC World News. I'm Kasia Madeira. Our main headlines. Britain's Prince Andrew has reached an out-of-court settlement with Virginia Giuffre, who'd accused him of sexually assaulting her when she was a teenager. Court documents in the US show the prince will make a donation to Ms Giuffre's charity in support of victims' rights. President Vladimir Putin has said that NATO has failed to address basic concerns about Russian security, but he said he was prepared to continue discussions. He was speaking after meeting the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz in Moscow. Novak Djokovic has told the BBC he's prepared to miss future tournaments, including Wimbledon and the French Open, rather than take the COVID vaccine. And the 15-year-old Russian ice skater Kamila Valieva has competed again at the Winter Olympics in Beijing. That is despite failing a drugs test. Those are the headlines.
Catch up with all the latest sports news and results from around the globe. Now on BBC World News, Sport Today.
Hello, I'm Chetan Partik. We're live here at the BBC Sports Centre. We are expecting President Biden to address the Ukraine situation. We'll go to him as soon as he starts speaking. And in fact, I believe he has just started speaking. Here he is, President Biden, addressing the Ukraine situation.
The team should continue to engage toward this end, along with our European allies and partners. Yesterday, the Russian government publicly proposed to continue the diplomacy. I agree. We should give the diplomacy every chance to succeed. And I believe there are real ways to address our respective security concerns. The United States has put on the table concrete ideas to establish a security environment in Europe. We're proposing new arms control measures, new transparency measures, new strategic stability measures. These measures would apply to all parties, NATO and Russia alike. And we're willing to make practical, result-oriented steps that can advance our common security. We will not sacrifice basic principles, though. Nations have a right to sovereignty and territorial integrity. They have the freedom to set their own course and choose with whom they will associate. But that still leaves plenty of room for diplomacy and for de-escalation. That's the best way forward for all parties, in our view. We'll continue our diplomatic efforts in close consultation with our allies and our partners. As long as there is hope of diplomatic resolution that prevents the use of force and avoids incredible human suffering that would follow, we will pursue it. The Russian defense minister reported today that some military units are leaving their positions near Ukraine. That would be good, but we have not yet verified that. We have not yet verified the Russian military units are returning to their home bases. Indeed, our analysts indicate that they remain very much in a threatening position. And the fact remains, right now, Russia has more than 150,000 troops encircling Ukraine and Belarus and along Ukraine's border. An invasion remains distinctly possible. That's why I've asked several times that all Americans in Ukraine leave now before it's too late to leave safely. It is why we have temporarily relocated our embassy from Kyiv to Lviv in western Ukraine, approaching the Polish border. And we've been transparent with the American people and with the world about Russia's plans and the seriousness of the situation so that everyone can see for themselves what is happening. We've shared what we know and what we're doing about it. Let me be equally clear about what we are not doing. The United States and NATO are not a threat to Russia. Ukraine is not threatening Russia. Neither the U.S. nor NATO have missiles in Ukraine. We do not have plans to put them there as well. We're not targeting the people of Russia. We do not seek to destabilize Russia. To the citizens of Russia, you are not our enemy. And I do not believe you want a bloody, destructive war against Ukraine, a country and a people with whom you share such deep ties of family, history, and culture. 77 years ago, our people fought and sacrificed